Good morning, y'all. Rhonda here. Well, if you hear something, it's storming. I mean, it is pouring rain. It's very, very, very early in the morning. I couldn't sleep, so I thought, well, I'll just jump up and make something. That'll make me feel better. And so anyway, so if you hear a little bit of thunder and if you hear the wind blowing or the rain pouring, it is what it is. All right, well, this is one of the latest releases for Hero Arts. This is a Tulip set. I was going to see if it had an official name. I don't see it. Anyway, so your tulips, thanks so much. A little something, hello, love you, for someone beautiful, sending love, miss you. And we have little teeny tiny little buggy wuggies. Here's some little snails and ladybugs. And then we have the die that cuts out the tulips, and then we have the stencils, the layering stencils, which are huge right now. I mean, huge. And then I thought, and this is a new one from, something on there, from Pink Fresh. And this is a what they call a cover plate. So this is going to cut and sort of emboss this tulip pattern, and I thought that might be neat for a background. We'll kind of see how it turns out with the flowers and kind of go from there. I'm also using my iCrafter blender brushes, and yes, these are brushes, not daubers. Love, love, love these. And then I'm using Rustic Wilderness and Mowed Lawn. Those are oxides. And then the new Saltwater Taffy, and I'm going to use the Distress ink on that one. Just, I couldn't find my oxide right now, and I wasn't going to look for it. And like I said, it really doesn't matter as far as blending. Your inks are going to be a little more bright, a little more vibrant, whereas your oxides are going to be a little more chalky when they dry. Oxides blend really, really well though. But like I said, either one is fine. So I have a piece of smooth, really smooth white cardstock, and I'm going to stamp the tulips, let the ink dry really well, maybe heat set it, and then we'll start stenciling some color on there. Okie doke. I'm going to use my Make Art Station from Ranger. This is a Vicky Wendy Vecchi. Sorry, a little early. Anyway, love this thing. Easy to clean. It's metal. Magnets are like super strong, super strong. The ruler is magnetic. Has little holes if you want to hang it up. Just love it. Easy to clean. Just take a baby wipe or damp something and just wipe it off. Okay, so I stamped my tulips. I heat set it, just went over it with a heat gun. Let me get my stencils. I'm sure you can hear it. It is still just pouring, storming. All right, so we have 4 stencils, and they're usually numbered, but I guess not. They do have pictures on the back, which help. It shows you the different colors and exactly what the different stencils do. So that's helpful. Excuse me. So let's do our leaves first. Okay, so this is going to be the main color without the shading. So all you're going to do is just line this up, and it'll fit just right on the lines. Get those lined up just right. That's scooched over just a little. Okay. And then instead of doing all the taping, oops, sorry about that, just use your magnets to hold everything in place. All right, So let's use the lightest color, which is going to be the Mowed Lawn. Get our brushes out here. I don't know why I couldn't sleep. Went to bed kind of early, so I'm up early. And these are a lot of fun. Like I said, you can hold them like this. You can put your finger in there, hold them however you want to. And then what's nice is you have this little case that they come in, or you can take and stack them one on top of the other. And then they also, you can buy little caps. So, you know, if you want to do 3 high and put a cap on the top, if you want to do all of them together with one cap on the top, however you want to do it. And I like these because they're color coded, so you know, here's for your greens, your yellows, your oranges. Goodness. All right. So let's jump in here with our Mowed Lawn. And I always start off of the paper, actually on the plastic, and kind of a circular motion. And I'm going to do it lightly because you can always add more color, and you don't have to worry about getting color somewhere where you don't want it because it's all masked off. And I think one of the reasons why these have become so popular is people want beautiful cards fast, don't we all? And, you know, there's a lot of people that don't like to color, or they're not good at coloring. You know, different reasons. So this way, it is hand colored. But you did it in half the time. And you could actually do this a lot quicker. All right. So there's our first color. And let me wipe that. Well, we're going to go to a darker color, so that's all right. So instead of taking the tape off and doing all that stuff, remove that, and looky there, perfect. So our next stencil, which is going to be our shading. So you're going to line this up. You can see where you need to be. Okay. Sometimes it needs to be turned a little bit this way or that way, so that's what I'm looking for. Okay. So then add your magnets. That's simple. And then we're going to go to the darker color, the darker green for the shading. I go in. That's why I usually like to go from dark, or from light to dark. Okay. And just add your color. And it doesn't have to be perfect. You don't want it to. If it's a little darker here and a little lighter there, that's fine because it's shadows, it's different parts of the leaf are different colors. So like I said, if it's not all colored in just so, that's fine. All right, let's see what we've done here. And there's your shading. I mean, how neat is that? And just think how fast we're doing this. All right, so here we're going to color the tulips. Get those in there just right. Twist it a little bit. Up on that side. Okay, that looks pretty good. Magnets down. Okay, and since we're just going to use one color, this saltwater taffy, put this one up, and we'll use our pink. So what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to go over it just lightly. Keep it very light. And then when we do the shading, we'll do that a lot darker. But I thought this would be really pretty, this saltwater taffy, because it's kind of a peach, it's kind of a pink. You can actually add, you know, do it like this and then add a dark pink or an orange, and either one will match just fine. But don't you love how fast this is? All right. Then let's change stencils. Line these up. Just like that. All right, now we're going to go back in with the same color, the saltwater taffy, and we're just going to make it lots darker. Thunder, thunder, thunder. Good sleeping weather if I was sleeping. Good snuggling weather. I'm sure the puppies are all curled up, and I know my daughter, oh my gosh, the marching band. Yesterday was her second day, and man, she was tired. The walking and the arms up in the air, and like I said, some of these you'll have to be careful with because they're just barely attached in some areas, and you don't want to break that up. Hit it just a little bit more, get a little darker. Some of these stencils are a little delicate. You can't just go crazy on them. And if for some reason we take this off and it's not dark enough or we don't like it, we can put the stencil back on and grab us another color and make it a little darker. Let's see what we have here. I like it. I like it, I like it. Let me scooch in a little bit. Oh, wrong way. And that's what it looks like. That quick. Like I said, I think that's one of the reasons why it's so popular. All right, well, I'm going to use the die and cut these out and see about a background paper. And like I said, I'd really like to use this die because I just think it'd be really pretty with it. But let me see if I can find something that matches and cut all this out, and I'll be back. All right, I have my pieces cut out. So there's our tulips, and oops, and for someone beautiful. And then here is that background die. And like I said, it just cuts into, well, it cuts the hearts out, but it cuts into there, and then it does not cut the edge. So on these, you need to cut your paper the exact size that you want it, and then put this on top and run it through. Okay? And these little baby teeny tiny hearts, can you even see them? Little tiny heart. You could save those if you wanted to, but I don't want to. All right, let's get this thing put together. So I have a card base. Let me back you up just a little bit. There we go. So I have a card base. So it's an A2 size card, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And, you know, it's just an 8 1/2 by 11 sheet, cut in half and then folded. All right. So let's go ahead and put this down. What to do with my glue? So see how quick you can have a card with the stenciling? I mean, it's crazy stupid how fast it is. I mean, just insanely fast. Okay. Let's put some glue here and there. Well, the storm has stopped, and you can probably hear the birds tweeting. We've got a mockingbird that I don't know if he's wanting a mate or if he's telling everybody I have a mate, but it sure is beautiful, and he just sings his little heart out. I tell you. Okay, I trimmed this, but there won't be much of a border because I don't want to get rid of any of my, oops, my design. See, it just fits. Make sure that gets burnished down really well. All right, and then this paper, can you kind of see the sheen, kind of a gold sheen? It's just some Michael's paper. And I got a pad of it, absolutely loved it. It has like 5 colors, you know, 2 different color pinks, blue, yellow, green. Anyway, I'm just in love with it. So I went back and got another pack, and then I went back and got another pack. So I think I have at least 3, maybe 4 packs of that stuff. But that's what this is. And then I think we're going to pop this up, so we can lay this flat. Let's go ahead and glue it down like this. My daughter was all excited this morning about going to a field trip for her National Honor Society, so she was, of course, tired. And then the storm, so she was sleeping really well and didn't want to get up. Don't blame her. All right, let's put that about there. Okay, and then I think what I'm going to do is just hit this around the edges with just a little bit of color. So it's just not so stark white. So just a tiny bit. You can barely even see that. Okay. So it just has a little hint. And that's all we need. Put that up. Let's get some foam tape. What do I have here? Some scissors. Yeah, I'm starting to not really collect, but grabbing the ones that I really like of these stencil sets, the stamps and stencils and die sets by Pink Fresh. They're coming out with some really pretty ones. And how many times do we need a card? Let me glue that down a little bit. That's bugging me. You know, when my daughter comes home and says, "Oh, it's my favorite teacher's birthday," or, you know, something. And if I don't have a card already made up for that occasion, it's like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? And, you know, if you had a dozen dies and stamps, it'd be easy. But when you have a whole bunch to choose from and then trying to figure it out, and sometimes too many choices, are not good. But, gosh, when you have something like this, and if the sentiments don't match, I'm sure we all have plenty of sentiments. So looky there. I mean, you could do that a lot quicker than I did, but I'm loving this. And of course with tulips you can make them any color of the rainbow. But I just love that little background die. Just adds a little something something extra. All right, well, I hope you enjoy. Make something crafty today and send somebody a card and make their day. Till next time, bye for now.